And welcome to another episode, excuse me, of the Sharp Side of Paranormal. I am your host, Cody. It has been a very interesting week. And once again, I swear Facebook is going to make me mad. I am getting the red warning that once again, it is not working. So I have to quickly re-add it and hopefully I get the green check mark. But yes, so if you look behind me, it's the Monroe house. It's not really, this is my basement. It's just my green screen. So the reason I am bringing up the Monroe house is there was a little controversy this week. I don't know if y'all saw it, but we'll talk about it, and also leads into our guest for this evening. These ladies, I got the privilege of barging my way into their investigation last year. It was the end of the year. They were at the Monroe house, and I commented on their post. I was like, you realize I live 45 minutes away. And they're like, come here. And so we did. And that was probably one of the most craziest nights I've ever had in a paranormal investigation. So, and also the last time I interviewed these ladies, I butchered their name and I had to stop the recording and restart the recording. But I don't have that luxury this time because we're live. So I'm going to bring them on. It's the Wisconsin Apparition Tracking Society, otherwise known as TWATS. So here we go. We will bring them on. Here they are.
Hello.
Hello.
I am so excited. We just to know we are missing one. Lauren had plans.
Two, because we've grown since you interviewed us. So yeah. We have Frankie is also one of our members, and he's not able to join us tonight either because he is working. So
that's a legit excuse.
Yeah.
We don't know what Lauren's plans are, but it's okay. She might call in. We don't know yet. Hopefully she does. But so I know you ladies saw the controversy.
Yeah.
With the Monroe house this week.
Yeah.
And what a doozy that was.
It's tough. I don't know. I can't imagine taking something from someplace that doesn't belong to me. That's just my personal feelings on that. But it's hard because I know you reached out to the owners and they kind of gave you an interesting response as well. It was kind of like, yeah, I guess we said they could. Was that I kind of took that away from it. Was that?
So here's what happened. They had made the post online, or this person made a post online, and it got to the owner's attention, and then the owners got involved.
Okay.
And then the owners realized, hey, this is just animal bones. So it's not a big deal. But if you go back and look at his post, and they're still up there, he doesn't mention that they're animal bones. So he's trying to portray them as human bones.
Right.
Which, if they were, he wouldn't have possession of them because it's against the law. The police have to investigate them. And once it's cleared, then the bones can be released from police custody. But it's an animal. Okay. So the fact that he was trying to, it seemed like he was trying to underhandedly go around the owners until people started messaging the owners. And then to claim that he's crossing spirits over.
Yeah.
Which that's a 50-50. Okay. One, you shouldn't be doing that unless you're properly trained in doing it. But also on the flip side, if a spirit really wants to go, then you can't force them to stay here. Right. So I don't know. It's one of those ethical questions in the paranormal
Yeah, and I think it just all has to do with, personal belief and all of that as well. I personally don't believe that spirit very often gets intentionally stuck and needs our assistance. I would like to hope that, maybe once we transition, we're even more intelligent and aware than we are in this human form here. So I find it hard to believe that we're the ones that are, necessarily offering that great assistance. But I just feel like, spirit time and time again communicates that they can come and go as they please. And so I think that it's pretty rare that you find spirit that's actually stuck somewhere. So that's just my personal belief.
I mean, it makes sense. Everything, I like to believe everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those that obviously they're at this location for a reason, and we should leave them be.
Mm-hmm.
So it just takes away from other, researchers who are actually, and I say researchers because I'm not going to lump the other people that the para celebrities that go to these locations to make money and listen. There's nothing wrong about making money in the paranormal. There's nothing, but when you this is a fine line when it's just entertainment purposes like that's where
Yeah, well, I mean, and I think the whole thing is energy is intention, right? So if someone's going in there being like, I'm going to clear this place out, and they start that intention, people start thinking that that's real, and they come in there with that energy, and maybe they have a night that's kind of off and they don't get a lot of communication, and then they're communicating that on social media, and it just starts to snowball. And then the next thing we know, the intention is, well, that place used to be haunted, but somebody crossed all the spirits over. And suddenly we no longer have a location to go and spend time together and investigate. So
exactly. And a lot of the places, the waivers that you sign say you're not allowed to cross spirits over, you're not allowed to steal stuff, you're not allowed to, okay, so this guy, let's take away the fact that he stole, because if he hadn't got busted by the owners, he would have taken him home with him.
Mm-hmm.
Without permission.
Mm-hmm.
But he was rummaging around in the ceiling of the basement is where he found them.
I read that and I was kind of like, maybe I probably shouldn't be doing that.
That's not only disrespectful to the spirits that are there, it's also disrespectful to the owners.
Yes,
especially those two. And they're the sweetest people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they bend over. I mean, a fridge full of pop.
Yeah.
That $175 in a fridge full of pop. You can't beat that.
No. No. Yeah, and you can stay until morning and it's secure. And we brought snacks too to refill the snacks that we took from there. And it was just the intention of welcomeness and just the hospitality that location has from the moment that you book with them is really rarely matched by any other location. So yeah.
So to do that to any location,
correct,
let alone the Monroe House, is just a slap in the face. And yes, April, I see your comment. Hi, April, thank you for tuning in. I had her and her brother on last week, actually. So let's talk about me forcing my way into your guys' investigation.
Yeah.
So I saw your guys' posts and I'm like, are you kidding me? They're at the Monroe House. And I just started messaging your guys. I'm like, rude. And then your guys are like, come on down. So,
yeah.
And I'm glad I did, because
it was wild. It was wild.
The sessions were so, it left me with more questions.
Oh, they were really good. Yes.
Really good.
Right.
So obviously, and if you guys haven't seen it, it's on my YouTube. there's three different Estes sessions. Nick and Bree from Old World Paranormal Society were across the street at the old Blackford County Jail. And we did a dual Estes session. I was asking questions over a TikTok live, and I was next to the TWATS. And Bree was over across the street. And the responses, the fact that we were getting answers from both locations that mashed together was just, I don't know. Christy, tell me, like, you were the one that went under.
Yeah.
Tell me what it was like in the responses.
So for me, you know, of course, I was unaware of what was going on and what you guys could perceive and see. So, you know, when we would take breaks, I would know that you were having this amazing interaction between Bree and I at two separate locations. But while I was under, it was for me just, you know, similar to any other Estes session. And as you know, I enjoy it, and I was game to go under 3 times, and they were lengthy, but it was worth it for the interaction. I mean, just the footage that we got and the communication was incredible. And I hope to meet Bree in person. We've become social media friends, but I would love to meet her in person. That was really a unique experience. I would love to have the opportunity to do that again, just because our energy worked so well together. We were able to tune in so well together. It was really, really fun. So yeah. And I owe you, Cody, for the really nice experience after you left of finding the skeleton in the bathroom. I haven't forgotten. The long game.
Wait, Mr. Bones in the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I completely forgot about that. So I'm
Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones. So there is a giant skeleton at the Monroe house in one of the closets, and I hid it in the bathroom right before I left.
Good Lord.
And scared me.
Yeah, apparently I can't even remember that I did it until now. And
then you did it again. So after you left, I went in there like a couple hours later, and I was the lucky person who found him waiting. Because you made me jump. I was like not expecting it. I had no clue. He was behind, you know, a closed door. So I had, you know, I wasn't going to open a door that didn't seem like a place for me to go into. So I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. And yeah, it's payback, my friend. Payback is coming.
I deserve it. It's okay. You got to have fun sometimes. And I think sometimes the spirits enjoy it. They absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, we definitely had fun. There was no doubt about that. It was great. It was really great. We had
you know what I think is funny? The last time I saw you, I had no voice and I was coughing. And here we go again. No voice.
You know, I will tell you that after those Estes sessions, I came down with the worst ear infection. And it's now the second time that that's happened to me after I've done some really intense, incredible sessions like that. So yeah.
Oh, there's a demon in the background. I heard that.
No, but I think that's really interesting for me, like that. And it was the same type, like it was the same feeling. It was all of it. So the fact that it's happened to me twice now, and twice in a row is really interesting. So
do you have any idea why?
You know, I think I put a lot of energy into it, and it was intense. It was long. It was much longer than we normally would advise someone to do.
Were you wearing the glasses? I think you were wearing the glasses too.
I was wearing my glasses from Bill Chappell. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So and that's actually true. The last 2 times that's happened, I was wearing those as well. So
interesting. If Bill Chappell is available, can you see if there's any correlation with that?
Yeah.
But no, like, you know, we kept saying, should we pull her out? Should we pull them out? And it's just Like it's one of those, like, you're getting such good responses, but you don't want the person to be under for so long.
Mhm.
I
Yeah. It doesn't bother. I mean, it doesn't bother me just because I do, a lot of meditation. My human normal day job life is doing energy work, so I end up in a meditative state oftentimes. So it's not uncomfortable for me. I do communication in my work with clients, mediumship, and that sort of thing. So it's not an uncomfortable state for me to be in. It's relaxing. I appreciate the opportunity to carry on a message. And clearly we were having communication between spirits and they were able to communicate with one another. So that was really intriguing. So,
and I did something that I normally don't do, and I kind of provoked him, the one spirit, on the last, I would say the last half of the second one and the whole third one. Because there was a female spirit that kept trying to come through, and whatever male spirit was there was blocking her. So I was trying to be an asshole right back to him and try to get her to come forward, but she couldn't.
Yeah. And I mean, if I could go back, I would say that I actually probably wouldn't have taken that approach, just because I'm not a big one on, on provoking and that sort of a thing. But we got some answers. It was very interesting. So yeah. And I feel like there's a lot more. We're planning on going back this year. We have a date already, so we'll keep you in the know. And so,
are the other two members going to be part of that?
I am not sure. It will just depend. I mean, Lauren has a lot going on in her personal life right now, so it's totally understandable. Plus, she's got something else that she's doing on the side, which is, very noble. And I think that that's wonderful. So, I mean, we all have a lot going on in our personal lives, but right now she just needs that space. And then Frankie, he's in the entertainment industry. So he produces, so he sometimes can be with us and sometimes he can't. A lot of times because of our day jobs, weekends are when we can investigate. So we kind of do this, like, if you can make it, great. If you can't, we understand. And we try to do at least 3 of us on a trip. And so we'll see it. A lot of times, like, Lauren had every intention, and so did Frankie, of going to Monroe House when we went last year. And that was the end of December 30th, I think, when we had gone.
Right. It was the 30th.
Yeah. And they had both intended to go, but they weren't able to because last minute life situations. You know how that goes.
I know how it goes. And by the way, congratulations to Lauren and Tim.
Yeah. Congratulations to Lauren and Tim.
You were the matchmaker on that one, weren't you?
Kind of. I mean, so I was friends on social media with Tim because Kim and I had seen him at Michigan Paracon in Sault Ste. Marie, because Kim and I started going to that just as a friend trip to spend some time together. We've been friends since we were 12. So it was like our girlfriend trip that we would go on together. And then once we pulled this team together, then last year, Denise and Lauren came along. And I hadn't realized that Tim lived locally to us. And so when we started talking about going to Paracon last year, I just pointed out to him that we were going to be there, that we were local. And then we all ended up meeting. It's held in a casino. We all ended up meeting at the casino bar and started talking and hanging out. And so, that's how they met. So, I know. I'm super, super excited for them.
I'm super excited.
So,
they're such a cute couple.
Yeah. We were just a couple weeks ago in Ann Arbor, Michigan, at a Potographs event for them.
You're rushing ahead. I was going to bring that up.
No, sorry. Yeah. So.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Yeah. It's a great transition. We could talk about that. Yeah. I wanted to go, but I had prior engagements. I was at the paranormal gathering at the Windermere in Ohio because I was speaking.
Nice.
Yeah. So if people haven't seen that, it's on my YouTube. I talk about having the right equipment, and I'm not talking about physical equipment. But speaking of equipment, I guess so. I donated a REM pod,
Yes.
and it sold for $175.
It did very well for them. So thank
Yeah.
you for them. And
Awesome
I
work.
I'm
yeah,
still
thank
waiting
you.
for the information so I can ship it to the new owner. But
That's awesome. That was very sweet of you.
That's
So,
fantastic.
oh, it's for a good cause. Absolutely for a good cause. So how was Ann Arbor? Fun.
Good.
go ahead, ladies.
It was good. They had a lot of good speakers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's small, small enough that you can mingle and get to meet everybody. And they did a great job bringing in people and all of the things they had for the raffles and everything. They really made a lot of money for the animal shelter. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I have found that the paranormal community, while it has a lot of drama, but it also is very generous.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
And like,
For good
I
cause.
mean,
Yeah.
for good causes. Like Adam Kimmel from ISS in Madison and Fairfield, they donate every year to charity through their convention. So it's always nice to see, like, showing, hey, we're not devil worshippers like you think we are. I mean, some of us are, but I mean, I'm not. But we're actually trying to do good, and we're not this. Go back to the story I wrote about you. You ladies met in Catholic school when
Kim and I did, yeah.
when taboo becomes mainstream,
Mhm.
Yep.
and
Yep.
here we are. So
Yeah.
I'm getting pestered by one of my friends.
Oh.
She wants me to bring up a story. She's actually in the chat. Her name, Ashley. I'm talking about it right now. So I was on a TikTok live with her.
Okay.
She lives down in Florida, and all of a sudden, behind her, something falls over on her desk. And one of my other friends, who is a psychic, gets on the live and starts describing the man that's standing behind my friend Ashley. And to find out it was her grandfather.
Oh,
Very
wow.
cool.
That's super
That's
cool.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But she's also had some weird stuff been going on in her house.
Okay.
So we don't know if she wants a paranormal team to come down and investigate. It's in Florida, so if you guys want to go somewhere warm, it's in Florida.
So is it like, in the warm area of Florida, or is she like, at the northern top of Florida, and we're going to get there and be like, wait a minute.
Ashley, I know you're watching. Can you call in so we can?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ashley, can you call the number that's on the screen?
Jackson. Okay.
260-222-6864. She's in Jacksonville, but Ashley, call in so we can talk real quick, because Christina's a medium, psychic. Is that how you describe yourself? Psychic medium?
I usually describe myself, I mean, yeah, you can say psychic medium. I usually say seer. So, but yeah.
I'm waiting for her. Call in. By the way, people, I have added the ability to call in during my live shows. I'm waiting for her to call in.
Oh, that's right.
Calling now.
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear? Hello.
Hey,
Yay. Can you guys hear her?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you, Ashley?
Can y'all hear me?
them? Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Ashley.
I can hear you.
You can't hear them?
Hi, Ashley.
Hello.
Hello, Ashley.
Let me see if I can.
Nope.
I'm going to see if I can bring it up on my computer. That way I can listen in on my computer and then hear you. I know.
No, it's the software. It's acting up.
Are you sure it's not operator error on my
I
end?
mean, it could be you. They can hear you, but they apparently can't
Yeah.
hear.
Hold on, I'm working on it.
That's okay.
Take your time. We're only on a live show.
No worries.
Josh, don't put any pressure on me.
That's the worst, right?
Ashley and I have been friends for a long time, so it's okay. So
I'm trying, I promise. Okay, click on the link.
thank you. Oh my gosh. It's 1-800 dial a psychic. There's going to be a delay in the audio, just so you know.
Oh, I can hear myself. It sounds weird.
Yes, your voice sounds weird. We know. Thank you.
That's weird.
Hello? Can
I
she
know.
hear us now? Hello.
How are you ladies doing?
Good.
Wonderful.
How are you?
I'm waiting for it to catch up.
Oh, Jesus.
Wah, wah.
Womp womp.
I'm sure.
It's somehow my software is not putting it back into. Trying to figure this out. Don't.
Are you finagling with it over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to work on it.
That's a technical term, is finagling, correct?
Yeah.
Can you hear them now?
Hello?
How about now? Now?
How about
Hello?
now?
I can hear them on my computer, but I can't hear them on the phone.
How odd.
I don't know how
Very odd. I'm gonna have to figure that out because that's just annoying. Like I paid.
Do you want me to try calling back and see if maybe that works?
No. No, I don't think it's that, but it's fine. Just explain what's going on at your house.
Mhm.
Just explain it to us, and then I'll hang up on you, and then we'll talk about it. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory. From what I was told by my father, my grandmother was a healer, and people would go to her for certain things, and she would have these visions of things that were going to happen.
Mhm.
And I have, what did I call it? It was, I can see things that are going to happen whenever I'm in my dream. I forgot the word that I used. It was premonition.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a couple times where I've predicted somebody was going to die or somebody was going to get hurt. And it's just been very weird how it all happened. I had proof one time of me texting my mom, and I said, hey, my 7th grade teacher was in my dream last night, and something bad happened. I was like, I think either her or someone very close to her is about to pass away. And I was like, I'm just letting you know because I want to have the proof that it did not wait until after the fact to come forward. I wanted to be able to have it. And not 3 days, what was it, 2 days later, her mom passed away. It was the week that him and I were on live. I was having weird things happen around the house. Excuse me. And we were on live, I think it was Wednesday night. And I was telling him, I was like, hey, I was home by myself during the day because my kid was at school and my husband was gone for work. And I was like, one of the little doorstops in the house just started springing. I didn't know what set it off. The only other thing here besides me is my dog, and he was at my feet. So I thought that was weird. And then the next night we were back on live, and that's when something fell over on the desk behind me. Again, only one here, my son, who was asleep. And so I was like, okay, this is getting kind of out of hand. And then the following night, we were back on live again, which would be a Friday. And that's when his friend came on and said, I just wanted to come say hi, but I also wanted to let you know that your friend has a man standing behind her. And I was like, don't do this to me. Don't put me out. And then she started describing him, and I was like, okay, well, what is he wearing? Like, what does he look like? And whenever she said overall, I was like, okay, I know who it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And, but yeah, it's just, I've always had paranormal stuff going on in my life, and nobody ever really believed me. I don't know if that was something that I got from my grandmother or if that's something that I just came by naturally, but yeah.
Ashley, how old are your kiddos?
Ashley, how old are your kids?
My son is 5.
And does he talk about seeing anything?
Does he talk about seeing anything, or?
Not really. I see him like look off behind me at certain times, like whenever I'm in the bathroom brushing his teeth. He'll like look behind me like he's looking at somebody, but he never says anything about it.
So I would just like to say that I think that, you know, Ashley, you already know that it's an ancestral ability. And I have a feeling that the energy of yourself and your son in the household is intensifying your ability to see things. And as he continues to mature, you might notice a peak as he continues to grow up, as well as he enters, you know, those early teen years. You'll probably see it boost most rapidly at that point, and where it's most aware and where you really can't deny any of it at that point. So in order for you to become comfortable with it, I think it's important to just even, you don't have to verbally even say anything, just set out the intention that it's okay for him to talk to you about it, and then find a place of comfort with yourself and your own abilities as well, because I can tell that you're a little frightened by them. And there's really nothing to be frightened of. Obviously, you've had this ability your entire life when you look back on it. And I think that you can look back and see that it hasn't put you in a situation where you're in harm's way ever. It's just that it's the unknown and it's sometimes unexpected. So if you start to open yourself up to the fact that this is just an expectation and it's a part of who you are, and it's a part of something that you should be really proud of, and that your ancestors definitely are with you in your ability, I think you're going to become much more comfortable with it, and it's just really going to blossom for you. I also feel like there have been times in your life where you really have gone against your gut instinct, and you know, you've kind of blown it off because other people have blown off your ability and dismissed it. And when you look back, you can go, oh, I should have trusted myself. I should have listened to it, but you didn't, because people have made light of your ability. So I think as you move forward and you accept it and become more comfortable with it, doesn't mean that you necessarily need to utilize it or, you know, put a sign out as a psychic medium or anything like that. But as you become more comfortable with it, you open the door for it to just flow more freely. And it will be an asset to you as you move forward in your decision-making processes in your life as well. So.
I'll wait for the delay.
I heard earlier whenever you said that I seemed kind of frightened about it. I'm not really scared per se. Just whenever I get really nervous about talking about things, my voice starts shaking. So that's probably where the scaredness came through. But so you think he's going to have abilities?
Yeah, I mean, if you are seeing and you're having premonitions of things, that's definitely an ability.
Yeah, not
I also
everybody has that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I think everybody has some level of
Mhm.
ability, and it's just a matter of how you embrace it,
I guess I never
how you
really
grow it.
thought of it like that, but I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
and it's, I mean, you're right. I mean,
You
if I'm
don't
able
need
to
to
see those
prove
things,
it to
then I
anyone.
guess it is really considered an ability.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Ashley, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. I'm gonna drop off.
No
And then
problem.
we're gonna get back to.
Thank you, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Thanks, Ashley.
I have some technical difficulties that I have to work.
Glad we could be your guinea pigs for that. So
You know what sucks is I paid $100 for the software to be able to get that in, and it's not
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
I want my money back.
it's so funny because I think like it's 2024, like we should have all this amazing technology, and then you
Mhm.
know here we are doing a podcast, and it's like barely functional, right?
I don't know. I think Cody's got this pretty well set up because
Yeah,
I
he does.
certainly, it's got to be user friendly for me. This was almost a makeup tutorial because I was running so late.
You're fine.
You know what's funny is I was like getting ready to start the show, and I was like, I'll just bring her in when she joins. That's
Oh,
it's
seriously.
okay. It's okay.
I had to go out in public and it was scary. I made it home. That's all we can say.
Oh, Christy.
I are those really your? Is that just a background behind
No,
you?
this is real. This
Yeah,
is
I was gonna say
That is so cool. What is that like your basement?
it's our house is a raised level ranch, which was the one type of house I didn't want to look when we were shopping for houses. We definitely
Usually how it goes.
Yeah, we bought it for the land for sure. So we bought it because we have 6 Irish Wolfhounds and they needed to run and they live in the house with us here. So this is our like lower level family room. So we're like half underground, half above ground. And it is the game room. My husband has a nice collection of full-size arcade games and also an insane collection of different video games and systems and everything. It's his passion. He has his own thing that he does, which is like it's a retro blog and magazine for gaming as well. So this is what you see of our full size machines. There's more here behind me that you can't see, but it's very pared down. I think at one point we had at least triple this, and we also have like an old pinball machine and yeah, lots of fun stuff. So this is our entertainment room.
I'm jealous.
Well,
It's
we're
like-
empty nesters now. So, our kids are grown. We get to just, decorate the house we want. And this is right now, we moved in here a year ago. So this is our most photogenic space, I would say right now. So
Ashley said, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm sorry Cody didn't have proper stuff.
yeah, Cody.
I am booting you. I am click, ban user and delete their comments. There we go. Serves her right. No, I love Ashley. She's a good friend. Yeah. So let's talk about this. So Kim, you brought up you think everybody's got a gift.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
I think I don't believe that it's limited or that people are blocked off to it. I think, I firmly believe in reincarnation. So I think every life we come is a different experience, and we have different stuff to work out, and we have different path and a different journey that we take each time. And I just think that is always there for us. We're always, able to tap into that guidance if we choose to do so. Some people choose not to do it and they don't, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I just think it's practice. You really have to, it's like a muscle. You have to work it out to keep it strong. And, there's always new techniques that are out there to do that. There's always people that are willing to help do that. Yeah, I'm probably not explaining it very well. It sounds like a lot of woo, but
No, it worked.
I just think there's a lot out there that even though we do a great job of learning and understanding, there's always still more to learn and understand. And just always keep learning and growing, and do things that aren't dangerous, but put you out of your comfort zone a little bit, because that's when you can help break down those barriers that you have in your mind and in your soul.
Ashley,
I make it sound so easy.
I know. And that's Ashley wants to know, how does one become more in tune with that side? Asking for herself.
So I think one of the biggest things that I've done is I went and had a cord cutting. That was huge for me, to really get rid of all the negative stuff that I had hanging around, the negative relationships that kept me from kind of being my true self. Those little traumas that we have from growing up, and being with the wrong people, surrounding yourself with the wrong people, getting rid of that, blocking that, cutting those cords was huge for me. Another thing is meditating. Meditating is always great, and really writing stuff down, making mental notes of things. I am a huge note taker. I have to write notes all the time. I'm constantly doing lists. I'm constantly writing stuff down. That could be my ADHD brain, but it's always helped me to kind of like see where things are at. And then I can go back and look, or I'll remember something because I've written it down. I may not ever be able to find where I wrote it down, but I remember I wrote it down, and it can directly relate to something. And I was like, oh, I did that. It might be a couple of years now, but it worked. So that's kind of a lot of the stuff that I do. I think meditation is so important too, because you really have to be in tune with yourself, and you really have to ask yourself how you're feeling about it. You really have to trust your gut.
Now, for those that don't know, what is a cord cutting?
So cord cutting is an energetic release, usually done by a Reiki practitioner. So I would advise finding, a Reiki master to do a cord cutting, or anyone of, you can do something else that's symbolic as well, that maybe if that doesn't align with you, but we're really lucky that, even I, as someone who does energy work, I do crystal healing work, and I'm a crystal healing practitioner. So I don't do Reiki per se, but I do have a wonderful Reiki master who I go to, and that's also who Kim has seen. And so just because I do healing work doesn't mean that I can skip out on going and doing my own work. But I think that's a good place to start. And I also would say just having energy work done in general to start with, it will really open you up. You'll become more in tune with your ability to open yourself up, and to also kind of say, okay, no, I need space right now. I don't need anything coming through. I don't need any premonitions. I don't need any messages. I just need to be able to focus on my own energy and my own soul's work right now. And it's really important to find that balance as well.
Yeah.
So
I never said it was easy. I just said everyone could do it.
Yeah. Oh, no. And I agree with Kim. I mean, in our group, we each have our own personal beliefs, but I do think that everybody does have the ability to develop their senses and their awareness, and to tune in to their own personal energy. Some of us, just like doing anything else, some of us are born with the ability to draw. And, art comes really naturally for some people. Other people never get past a stick figure. But if they really did go to art classes, they could develop their own natural artistic ability, but it's still unique to them. And some people might find their work art, and other people might find their work really, juvenile. So it just depends. There we go. Right. I'm married to an artist. So, you know, when I was a teenager, I used to think I could make art, but I actually can't make art compared to the person that I love and live with.
See, with freehand drawing, I'm terrible at it, but like computer stuff, and we have a color.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's my son Emmett. Hi, Emmett.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
I'm terrible at it.
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Do you have a question for the Wisconsin Apparition Tracking Society? Also, can you turn down your iPad, please?
Okay.
So, do you have a question for
Yeah, I
them?
did. Okay. Wait, I don't know. Ugh,
It's okay,
hard
buddy.
to-
It's okay, buddy. You like crystals, don't you? You whenever we go to a vendor event, he's always at the crystal table. This
That's
kid,
awesome.
he's a beacon, by the way. He's just Emmett, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. You got any questions?
I don't know.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in, buddy. But we're gonna open the lines back up, so maybe somebody else can call in. But thank you for calling, buddy.
Okay.
Have a good night, Emmett.
Make sure,
I
you,
love it.
make sure you brush your teeth before bed.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you.
Aw.
It's adorable.
So cute.
He doesn't get that from me. If anybody has a question for the TWATS, the number to call in is 260-222-6864. He says, "Yeah, I am."
Oh, I love it.
So, do you have? Okay, so I'm going to ask: do you ladies have any rituals that you do before or after an investigation, like an intense investigation? Let's say, like the Monroe House.
So the Monroe House didn't shake me, even though I ended up with the ear infection. Sometimes if I'm in a space where it's really intense, these ladies know, I'll walk out of a room backwards, make sure I wipe my feet, make sure that I don't bring that energy home with me. I don't worry so much about bringing spirit home with me because everywhere I go, there's spirit. I mean, but I worry about bringing energy home with me. So sometimes I'll do some things there. I don't know. What about you guys?
I always take a shower when I get home.
Well,
That seems to be like the best thing for me. I also don't worry too much about bringing energy with me or bringing spirits home. You know, I'm connecting with that world whenever I do any of my, meditation or, working on myself or any of that stuff. So I'm pretty easy to find if they want to find me. And I don't believe that they're stuck. I believe they stay where they prefer to be, but I don't believe they're stuck. So, yeah, I mean, it may be naive and I haven't been doing this super long. I haven't been to a lot of really intense locations. So I really haven't had any of that experience with it. But yeah, I'm not concerned about bringing things home. I wish whatever is their peace when I leave.
Mhm.
And, I just try to be a compassionate person there. And I haven't really had any issues with aggressiveness or anything or hangers on or anything like that. So, I think intention is really important.
Yeah. So I'm like the baby investigator. of the group. So I'm learning every day from these ladies. But
You
one
and
thing
me.
one thing I did learn right away is you walk in and you always introduce yourself. So we're always saying hello and things like that. And then at the end of the investigation, just always thank you for letting us spend time in your space, all of that kind of thing. I have before taken my bare feet and put them on the grass after such things, just to ground myself again. But that's a lot of energy anytime. So just walking on, just grounding yourself. So like I said, I'm still learning every single day from these guys and from you, Cody, because you came in and that was so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It was fun. I grounded myself. I always do. When it's like a heavy location, I will always ground myself just because I don't want to bring something home. And you heard me during the investigation. I'm like, hey, if you need to use my energy, you can go ahead and use my energy, as long as you don't attach yourself to me and don't come home with me.
Right.
And then I usually throw the joke in, and that's because I have a demon at home and I'm married to one. And I only say that because I know she's watching right now. Did I hear a shotgun cock? That's a joke. That's a joke for all legal purposes. That's a joke.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, at home, I have so many protections in place in our home, in our land, in our space. So it's not funny. She is a good woman to put up with your bull.
Yeah, she
is a good woman.
She is a saint.
Yes.
You need to give her own holiday for putting up with me.
I believe you owe her a spa day now. I think that was part of the contract.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know what? That was right.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Falling down on the job, man.
Son of a bitch. Hon, if you're watching, I will get that spa day. I'll just put it on your Discover card. It's okay. No, so in all reality, so I was invited to the Conjuring House in November.
Oof. Okay, good.
Nice.
Yeah, well, the wife is not very happy about it
Oh,
because she is worried that I'm going to bring something home with me.
yeah.
And I'm like, but like, I'll take precautions. She's like, but it's the Conjuring House. You've seen the movies. And I was like, those are movies.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
yeah,
not bad.
It's not that bad of a location. It's like, let's be honest. The Warrens kind of exaggerated things a lot, but I mean, I can't pass. It's the Conjuring House. It's like, I'm going to two big locations. I'm going to Waverly in August, and I'm going to the Conjuring House in November.
Cool.
I'm scared. I like the Conjuring. I'm gonna sleep there.
That's cool.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna live stream me sleeping at the Conjuring House. But it's gonna be subscriber only, so you have to go subscribe to my TikTok. It's $2.99 a month. Just kidding. I don't really care. We're actually live on TikTok right now. If you guys didn't notice, there's like a fifth person that they're in the bottom. It's the TikTok live. So it's a separate computer.
Very cool.
Because
it's a teeny tiny Cody.
Yeah, it's a teeny
tiny Cody.
There it is. Yep. Yep. Nice.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
And the true humor with the combination of the group comes out. There we go. There.
Literally, your name is TWATS.
Yeah.
We can be professional and use our full name.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wisconsin Apparition Tracking. The one that it's very professional. The one that you screwed up. And in my defense, I had just had a vasectomy earlier that day, and I was still in pain.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. That's not. Hey, that's a serious situation. You know, you got to take care of yourself. My dad, when he had his, he came home and built a rabbit hutch for my rabbits. Yeah. Yeah. And then regretted it for like 2 days.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oof.
I went through a lot of peas, and my wife would not eat peas for like a solid month.
Oh.
It was like the most horrible experience I've ever had in my life. Because not to go into full detail, but like they do each side separately.
Were you awake?
Yeah. You're awake 100% during it, but they just like numb it.
Yeah.
And when they went to when they did the first cut on they did the right side and then the left side. When they did the right side, as soon as he cut it, I started sweating like I was Mike Tyson being entered in a spelling bee. I was just drenched in sweat, and I'm like, Doc, we I need some like Zofran or some morphine or ketamine, something. Put me out. He's like, no, we don't do that over here. I'm like,
Oh.
and then when he goes to the other side, he's like, you got to let me know if you feel the scalpel.
Oh.
He didn't let it go long enough, and I felt the scalpel. I'm like, Doc, you got to stop.
Yeah, I really think that like any of my guy friends, I always tell them that they should be put under for it, because you can ask. You know, it's a little bit more work with insurance, but you can ask. So
now I know.
Yeah.
After it's done, now I know.
Well, I mean, really, how often do you guys talk about it though, right? Like that's a whole thing. There's a lot of things that people don't talk about that they should talk about. So yeah.
Normalize talking about vasectomies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what the Wisconsin Apparition Tracking Society is here to talk about, is normalizing talking about that. I mean, you know.
Ghosts and old reproductive care.
So I took one. So here's the thing. I took one for the team because the wife can't take conventional birth control.
Well, there you go.
Because she has a clotting disease that's in her it's hereditary. So she can only have the little thingy that's put in the IUD. Yes. Yeah. And it's just it's uncomfortable for her. So now we're talking about reproductive stuff. This is important, people. So I was like, my insurance will cover everything but $75 for the vasectomy.
Yeah.
I'll go do it. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'll catch up on my Netflix and, just buy a lot of frozen vegetables. And I regret that decision.
Well,
good for you making the tough decision though
absolutely.
To do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't regret it.
And then you did an interview that same day. You're just like,
yeah.
Ooh.
I did a pot snip hooray.
Love it.
I told you guys about the goodie basket she made for me.
Yes, I remember.
Yes,
absolutely. Yes. Yep. That was
hilarious. She is. I met my match with that.
Yeah. You guys just wait till your kids are teenagers. You are going to just, be at their mercy, because the two of you with your sense of humor and your wittiness, you're going to really be in for it. So have fun with that.
Listen, Emmett is 8.
Yeah. And I can he's already got this little comment. Like, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Adorable. Yeah.
He is way too smart for his. I went. Thank you, Ashley. She said. Oh, she forgot to tell you she had an experience in Port Townsend, Washington.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
So she was with her husband. They went to Port Townsend, and Ashley, if I butcher this story, I apologize. They went to this one place and they went past this hotel, and she was talking to the lady at the store, and she's like, oh yeah, I want to go check out that hotel with the lady at the top of the stairs. She knew the spirit. She saw the spirit that was there. So
Wild.
I know it's kind of crazy.
She's got abilities, that girl.
I told her that, and you know, so Ashley, I know you're still watching. You should go follow the Wisconsin Apparition Tracking Society because they're a bunch of twats, and
Yeah.
sorry,
We have a Facebook. We have,
and I butchered it.
it's all right. It's all right. We have a Facebook. We have TikTok, and we have an Instagram. So
Yes, and that's how I found you, ladies. Was on Instagram. I was just scrolling one day, and you'll have to say, "I'll forget that." Are you kidding? That you're going to forget their name? It's literally TWATS.
I think, though, on some social media, you'll find us easier as Girls and a Ghost.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that
it's
story,
on
and
Instagram.
we can share kind of where that came from. That was our kind of running possible name at first. So we had a teammate on our former team who passed away like really suddenly at a team event, and so that's where we came up with that. And then I had our team name in my pocket. That's how we ended up settling on our team name. But yeah, long story short, you'll find us on a lot of social media with the subheading Girls and a Ghost, because it's a little bit more social media friendly, and also just gives tribute to Kristen. So yeah.
Okay, so here's the story. So they went to a secondhand store, and the lady said, "Y'all should go to this hotel." And I said, "Oh, is it the one with the lady at the top of the stairs?" And then I was taken back by my own comment and was like, "How the fuck did I know that?"
Yeah.
So that's, see, I totally butchered the story.
That's all right, but it still falls into place that she has
abilities.
Yeah.
She does. And so for everybody that's watching, go follow these lovely ladies and their investigations. Any big ones for this year?
Let's see. Well, I will be in Minnesota doing a Potographs event, and the rest of the team will be with me in May.
Minnesota.
Yeah, in Minnesota. I'm going to be in Minnesota doing one of those ghost events.
Oh, geez.
We're going to all go hunting for ghosts together, you know.
We heard you like those ghosts.
So that is in May, and then the team will be there with me for moral and emotional support. And then I think the next thing that we have planned is a potential trip to New York State in July. Just in general, I think we're going to fly in, and we have a couple of things that we might be doing, but I don't want to say too much. I know that we're hoping to make a day trip to Lilydale and do some driving around and going to different places around the state. So that's a possibility. We have an event that I think we will be attending as a group that's a little non-traditional in Chicago that will hopefully be coming up in June. And we have to wait for the venue to announce that before we can say anything more. And then I know we'll be at Michigan Paracon in Sault Ste. Marie in August, because that's our traditional absolute. And the guys who run that are fantastic. We got to see them again a little bit in Ann Arbor when we were there. And and then I know we're going to investigate Monroe House. And we will probably get back to our foundational building to investigate, hopefully this year, once or twice up in Manitowoc, but we haven't pinned anything down yet. So just have to kind of keep an eye out. We all have had a lot of crazy transition between jobs. Denise is pursuing her photography career, and Kim, not that long ago, took on a different position at her work, and I really unexpectedly fell into a job with a beautiful spa locally after having closed my business after 13 years. So we've all, and then, Lauren's had her life stuff going on, which she's been really open about on social media, which has been great because we talk about normalizing things, and Frankie's gone through some life transition in the last year as well. So it's just been a lot for us. So we have a lot of things coming up, but nothing that we can talk about too much other than that event in May in Minnesota, and us also going to Paracon. And we're just going as, as far as Paracon goes, we're just going as spectators. We just go to have fun and have a good time. And that's really what it's about for us. We're not pursuing anything more than just being able to hang out with one another and like-minded people and having a good time. So
I looked at vendoring there. It's $200.
okay, but let me just tell you this. Let me just say this. Okay, it's an experience unlike any other.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
It is so fun. It is so well run. It is so amazing.
Yeah.
And it is so beneficial to the community. And I don't know, it'll just always be really dear to my heart, just because it was the first time I went into something, like when Kim and I went for the first time.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it's everyone together. There's not an us and a them. It's just
Mhm.
really a beautiful setup. And
Yeah.
and if you spent that money to vend, it wouldn't be any problem. It's so busy.
Listen, I'm not knocking it, but being as my first year doing this, I think I'm going to hold off on vending there. But next year, I'll probably go. Just because, I did my first vendor event back a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I did fairly well. It was worth the trip down there. Met a lot of fun people, and
Awesome.
but yeah, I want to expand. I've got some more events myself coming up. I'm going to Fairfield Con in June, and then ISS Con, and I've got one in Kentucky I'm going to in October, and another one in October. I got a busy person.
Yeah.
So you have the Monroe House booked.
We have the Monroe House booked
Yeah.
and paid for. It's going to be towards the end of this year. So we'll
Right.
privately give you our
Uh-huh.
our info.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is booked. And yeah, we'll see.
I'll buy dinner.
What?
What?
You'll buy dinner?
I'll buy dinner.
Deal. Hey,
Deal.
that's a cool story, actually. Denise, you should tell that story.
Yes.
We went to dinner before we
Our
went
dinner
out.
story.
Yes.
So after a very long drive, we got to the little town. We looked around. We saw the Monroe House. And then we decided we better go eat. We were also going to take a nap, but that never happened. So we went to go eat. And we sat down in a booth. I forget the name of the restaurant. Do you guys remember that? I don't remember.
It was in a little town next to it that was like 15 minutes away.
Yeah, it was a little like
So it
British
was
type
yeah.
pub.
Yeah.
It was so great. A little English, type pub situation. And so we were eating and we ordered, and our server asked us why we were in town, what brought us there, and we said we were, going to investigate the Monroe House. And she looked at us, and the first thing she said was that a couple weeks prior to that, she had another paranormal group in there, and they sat at the very same table and told her the very same thing. So she thought that was kind of cool. And then she said that she actually lived next door to the Monroe House when she was growing up. So she very much says that it was haunted. And I believe her place where she lived was haunted as well. So her brother would see things and things like that. So it was kind of a weird synchronicity that we ran into her, and that she verified a lot of the stuff. And it was kind of cool that it, like, out of all the places in the world to go eat in the middle of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next town over.
Yep.
In the next town over. We got the server who lived next door and who also talked to another, clearly paranormal groups come through there quite a bit. So it was kind of cool.
Didn't you guys also have something with the cabinets? Or was that with the other group that I was with? That was the other group that I was with in the beginning of December. Because I went twice in December.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, no, but we did have like a completely disembodied voice answer Denise and I almost very early on in our investigation, to the point where I was like, is there someone outside? Like it was
so clear
as could be.
It was just Mr. Bones.
Yeah, no, it was a woman, and we asked if she could hear us, and she was like, yes.
Mrs. Bones.
And we didn't think anything of it at first, and then all of a sudden we're like, wait a second,
wait,
that was none of us.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was cool. And some shadow figures. Didn't
The
someone
Monroe
or poke you or something, Cody? No,
always. Every time I'm there, you know what? It doesn't matter what location I'm at. Something physically touches me because I think they realize it gets a rise out of me. So I think they just do it on purpose, which is fine, whatever. But no, I was first time I ever went to the Monroe house, 5 minutes. I was there with Angel and Lindsay. Okay, that was weird.
what was that?
So I just saw like in my basement, my wife is going to freak out. I just saw like a light shoot across like right in front of me in my basement. Cause like right over here is like an open space. And then my workbench where I work on equipment, and just this light just shot across as I was telling the story. That's creepy. So I was there with Angel and Lindsay, and, they were on a conference call talking about a location. So I was walking through the building by myself, went upstairs. I was in the building maybe 5 minutes, and something grabbed my leg upstairs in the upstairs kitchen. So it's a great location. If you guys haven't been, you guys all need to go to the Monroe house. Highly recommend it.
It's so cool.
Agreed.
Well, I have taken up enough of your Saturday night, because you actually have a Saturday night free that you're not doing stuff, and I'm picking it up. But I really appreciate you ladies coming on.
Anytime.
Yay.
It was such a blast investigating with you, and I can't wait till later this year where we, do it again.
It'll be fun.
Maybe more than one. Maybe I'll join you on another one. We have hopes and plans to get over that way some more. So yes. Oh, hi from spooky Japan.
Ooh, hello.
Well, hello.
Green.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Thanks. Well, listen, I'm worldwide now. I got people.
Cool.
That is so cool.
You need to keep track of get like a world map and put little pins on all the countries where
let's see.
Pop
We
in.
got Japan.
Yeah.
America. And Wisconsin. So there we go.
In Florida, obviously.
Florida, yeah.
Florida. Yeah, we don't claim them. Thank you, ladies. I am going to end the stream.
All
and
right.
then we'll talk when this is done. Here we go.
Okay.